We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with MMAT Metamaterials Inc. And we're also going to cover what's going on with MMTLP Torchlight Preferred Shares and what's going on within their charts. But today they were not the only stock experiencing volatility. Also, the overall market and the SPY did as well. And our SPY bot, since 7:05 a.m., sent out a bull indicator. From that moment forward, the inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength from 42 vision towards the bell, and even after the bell, and the inflows continue to fight to stay above, and call options went up 100% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge over the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with MMAT Metamaterials Inc. and MMTLP Torchlight Preferred Shares. More information has came out on the S1, and yesterday earnings came out after hours, and we need to talk about what's going on here within the charts. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market and receive this edge and clarity of the charts, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run of the day was from our AMD bot. Our AMD bot sent out a bull indicator at 8:20 a.m. And from that moment forward, full strength towards the bell. And even after the bell, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside and call options went up 200% plus within hours, guys. If you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market and receive this edge and clarity of the charts, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with MMAT Metamaterials Inc. continuing to pull down from way up here at the highs of 165, 160 rejections. And here we are back down towards the 130, 129 area, right? And it's trying to bounce off today and find support at 125. And we need to talk about what's going on here within the charts and how MMTLP is getting pulled down with it. And a lot of people always stated they're not directly correlated, and I understand. This one is more directly correlated to the S1 filing and the shorts that need to cover once this is no longer traded on the over-the-counter exchange or whatnot, once it goes private. That's the biggest step right now for this stock to actually have shorts panic out of their positions. If not, they're going to continue to hold strong and probably even add more to it, right? So the hype and speculation behind MMTLP right now is that once it goes private, those shorts need to cover, right? I get it. I understand. But right now, whatever MMAT does, it could affect the momentum over at MMTLP. And I'm showing it time after time, and we're seeing it together here in the charts, right? So we're going to break down some key levels here with 42 vision and the inflow versus outflow indicator. And you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with MMAT Metamaterials Inc. pulling downwards towards the date of the earnings, right? And I talked about it here on the date when things started to get very stagnant, right? Sitting sideways, and then they pulled downwards, got that bear indicator. This is the most outflows that we've seen. I saw a lot of your guys' comments on how you felt about that. I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below. Do you think these outflows are people selling? Or is it the large institutions selling to each other, or the shorts reapplying even more shorts on top of their short positions? I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below. Now, here we are with MMAT on that big outflow there on November 7th. And I stated, going into earnings, it's going to create volatility. And we got it here, right? The one thing that pulled things up again on November 8th, before the date of earnings, was the announcement of the conference that MMAT is going to attend. Keep that in mind. It's coming up in the next few days, and that could be a catalyst moving forward, right? We want to keep that in mind and watch these charts very carefully, especially the inflow versus outflow and the bull and bear indicators and where we're at on 42 vision. So the reason why MMAT and MMTLP are experiencing this volatility and pullback is due to the headlines that are actually hitting here, talking about how why is metamaterial stock falling and sharply? Well, it has to do with its earnings, guys. The losses of 7 cents per share, and it missed the analysis consensus, right? Now, some people would argue this has nothing to do with the possibility of a squeeze, and I completely understand that. And you could see it here as the earnings has been reported, and time will tell if this is just speculation right now of a pullback of uncertainty, because there's more to this story in the long term, right? And then on top of that, MMTLP Torchlight Preferred Shares is holding itself up though in this volatility. I mean, it came from way back here at $2 to the $7 range, but it continued to reject that key resistance level. No coincidence there, right? That's where the short started to put a lot of pressure. But the main difference on this pullback so far is that the bulls are putting up a fight, and it didn't just collapse like it did last time and those outflows started to dominate and pull it all the way down. It is fighting up here, and in this pullback so far, it's already canceled this bear indicator, guys, and it has a bull indicator here popping up at 665, and it's trying to stay above that support level there and staying above 680, and the inflows have picked back up. So I'm going to be watching that very carefully here with MMTLP Torchlight Preferred Shares as MMAT continues to experience its volatility. Now, if MMAT continues to pull down and Torchlight Preferred Shares MMTLP start to pull down with it, that cannot be ignored. We need to watch this very, very closely, right? Right now, though, it's trying to bounce back up. It's under a bull indicator, and the inflows are back above the midpoint. I'm going to be watching if this could stay above the midpoint and if these inflows could continue to bounce around to the upside or pull away from the midpoint, and if this bull indicator here can continue to hold itself up and not get canceled by a bear indicator, guys, in the process of any pullback. If not, that if it pulls back, it finds support and bounces right off of it, like I like to call it, the setup for the next bull run. And let's talk about support and resistance, right? So the first support here is going to be where that bull indicator popped up, 665, and below that would be back around 650, and below 650 is $6, guys. It bounced all the way down to 610. I'll be watching how it reacts between 610 and $6 if it was to pull back that low, and if a bear indicator pops up in the process, and how far into the outflows do we go, and if we even cross the midpoint. Now, to the upside, if there's strength here and it doesn't break below 665, the first resistance here is $7, then $7.20, and above $7.20 is $7.50 to create that staircase effect to continue the momentum to the upside, and that this bull indicator and these inflows continue to dominate here on the 30-minute chart. This will be crucial. This will be critical. And on the 1 hour chart, we're below the midpoint. Inflows are trying to pick up. This is going to be crucial if it can get closer to the midpoint or even cross it, right? So I'll be watching that on Torchlight Preferred Shares. On MMAT, I'm going to be watching the first support here of 125. It's a historical support level where things bounced off and went to the new highs. So that will be crucial here. If that gets broken through, the next support is 110. And below 110 is all the way down towards $1. Now, the earnings, guys, it was going to create volatility. And the second thing creating volatility is that now the stock has NASDAQ compliance, guys. and you could see how quickly those outflows have started to dominate. We've been below it since yesterday at the 153 mark where that bear indicator popped up. Outflows started to dominate, and not just on the 30-minute, but also here on the 1 hour chart since way back here when things started to get shaken up. The 10th day had happened, and here we are going into earnings, 10 days. Now it's NASDAQ compliant, and it could just fall right back below $1, and it'll take another few months or weeks before it has to go ahead and get that notice from the NASDAQ to comply. So this going right back down below $1 is not going to show strength for the bulls. This definitely needs to fight and stay above it. Right now on the 1 hour, we're under a bear indicator, and on the 30-minute, now I'm going to be watching for these inflows to try to pick back up, start reflecting into the chart, and cancel this bear indicator and get a bull indicator in the process. And I'm also going to be watching here within the volatility as the 15-minute is getting really close to that midpoint. We want to see it cross back up and start pulling upwards, cancel that bear indicator and get it over into the 30-minute and roll over into the 1 hour where the strength could start to reflect into the chart in a bigger picture, right? So we talked about supports here, and the resistance to the upside, 140, 150, and then 160 are the key levels I'm watching to see that staircase effect form if possible. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.